Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Hey. This is, story time. Part 1, I guess. Openly admit, this is a stolen idea, and also an idea as old as time itself, which is just facing a camera and telling stories. I've wanted to do it for a while. Normally I do it in gameplay, but I've noticed recently it's harder for me to focus and tell stories while playing games. And I was like, I don't want to waste my smooth, dulcet tones. That's supposed to work differently when my microphone tilted on me. So story time, I guess. Some of these are going to be new. Some of them are going to be ones I've told in other videos, but here's like me getting across effectively. Some are going to be long, some are going to be short. Here we go. Story time number 1. The time I circumcised myself. Now, you may be thinking, Nick, you've never been one for clickbait titles or clickbait video names. You're right. And I will admit, I didn't actually yank up my foreskin and fucking hack away. We'll get to it, but it's like a little bit clickbait. You'll see towards the end. I have not told this story before, but before I can get into it, let's get a little background. It's the 90s. It's the early 2000s. Do you know what's all the rage? Whatever you just said, probably, but the real answer is Razor scooters. So, Razor scooters, if you've never seen them, are just like, it's about this tall by like this long, and it's exactly what it is. A scooter. You put one foot on it, put on the hand, you hold the handles, and you fucking twirl away. Now, as a kid, and this is something I've never admitted before, I didn't know how to ride a bike until I was like 13 or 12. So Razor scooters was like, this is great. I don't have to know how to ride a bike. Maybe it's because I had an absent father figure in my life. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I couldn't ride a bike, but I was like, scooters, easy. Anyone can do that. And yeah, like we used to go, me, my brother, sister, and who I now call my dad. Different story. Would just like go to parks and stuff and ride our scooters around, or we ride them around our neighborhood and stuff like that. So I was fairly well versed in riding scooters. Now, the way they worked is at the top there was a handle, and there'd be like a little kind of shittily made grip that you could easily like pull off, and then it would just be like a metal bar, or it would just tear off on its own after wear and tear. The scooters weren't very well made. I don't know how much they cost, and it would be really hard for me to figure out what they cost back then, because now they're either cheaper or way higher because they don't make them anymore, I assume. But we'd gone through a few of them. Either the wheel fell off, or it didn't like extend anymore, because you used to be able to fold them, and either they get locked in, they rusted, they weren't well made. And we didn't really have anyone who could just be like, oh, wheel fell off, just fucking tweak it back on, easy. Everyone was just sort of like, well, that's broken forever now. And I remember one time I was running around the neighborhood by myself. I must have been in middle school at this point, because I was definitely home before my brother and sister had gotten home, because I was by myself. I was in my neighborhood. It was still daytime. It was relatively like light out, and I don't remember the circumstances, but I think it was a weekday. So I'm just riding around. All of a sudden, the like front wheel of the scooter just comes off, because again, sure. So I fall. I don't hit the pavement, which is lucky. I hit the grass next to it, and I get up, and I'm like, oh shit. The handle had gone right through my pants. Like, these were regular material, Old Navy brand, like, cargo shorts. Because again, kind of a paragon of sexual masculinity. So cargo shorts it is. And they had gone straight through. And I mean straight through. Like right through the crotch part. And like they'd made a clean hole where it was just like a tear that had gone through here. And so I get up, I'm like, oh fuck. I probably didn't say that. I mean, my voice was definitely this deep when I was that young, but it probably sounded more like, gee whiz. Because you know how I said it was the 90s? I meant the 70s and the 80s. So I got up and I was like, great. My scooter's broken. I've got a hole in my pants. My day is ruined. And I was like, luckily back then I had more than one pair of pants. So that's not true. I have more, I swear. I've got at least 3. And I was like, So I start walking back. And if you'll remember the title of this video, you'll understand what's probably about to happen next. But like as I'm walking home, it wasn't that far. The neighborhood wasn't very big. I'm like, I'm kind of in pain. And like, it does kind of hurt a little bit. I'm just like, So like I put my hand through the newly made second hole in my front. Probably shouldn't have done this in public. But again, child, not lack of social awareness. And I pull up my hand and it's just like blood all over. And I'm just like, Now, I'm not scared of blood. I've never been scared of blood. And even back then I was sort of like, blood, that's supposed to be inside the body. But like that's the extent I freaked out. I was like, weird. So I kept walking home. That was literally it. I was like, I should probably look into that when I get home. I don't know if it was like shock or just like general like kid not understanding stakes type of thing. But so I get home, take off my ruined pants, and which is how some of my stories also end. And I'm in the bathroom and I like investigate, and I don't know the medical way to put this. I do know the medical way to put this, but I'm going to choose not to use it. Actually, no. The medical way to put it would be my phallus had become lacerated and was leaking plasma profusely. The layman's term way of saying that, my fucking dick was bleeding. A lot. But like even then I was like, weird. And I started like, cleaning it off. There was no joy to be had here. No joy. Let's just put it there. But I was like, I cleaned it off, finally get the bleeding to stop, which is hard because there's a lot of blood in that area. And when I was done, I guess I didn't really, because it had scabbed over, which is a gross thing to say. I didn't realize it until like a week later. But I now had a permanent scar. And I checked in the shower when I was thinking about telling the story today. It is still there. But it's just a little tiny, like, nick about this big in my foreskin that's still just gone. It's just a chunk of skin just gone. And it does not grow back. And, yeah. So, I accidentally circumcised myself. And I'll tell you the amount of people I've told the story to. It is exactly 0 until just now. Because it's never come up. And it's like, it's small enough where it's like, if you know it's there, you can see it. But you're not going to see it normally. Also, good time to mention, I was already circumcised. It wasn't like I cut a window in an uncircumcised penis. That's not what happened. It was just an additional, almost like a signature, like this is unique. This is only my penis has this. And I would love to show a picture, but I also would love to keep my YouTube channel. So, yeah. That's the thing. That's the story. There's no real good end. It eventually healed. I never told anyone about it. No doctor has ever noticed it. But I mean, I can clearly see it. So, it's basically like I had a bris, but without being Jewish. So it's fun. But yeah, that's the end of story time number 1. Sorry. Maybe I'll call that one number 2, so that we have a little bit of a lead-in. Actually, let's change that. This is gonna be no. We're going number 1. We're going right out of the gate with number 1. Brand new story. Stupid fucking story. Number 1. The time I circumcised myself. Like I said, a little bit of fudging it with the title, but also still accurate. So, yeah, tune in for story time number 2. I don't know why you would. Oh man. Yeah, that's it. Tune in. I think I'm gonna try and do these every Sunday. Storytime Sunday. I don't know what I've got myself into. Goodbye. Alright, hey guys, I'm going to try to do this really quick this time. I want to thank everyone who is on Patreon and on YouTube for the month of December. I kind of skipped November a little bit. It's the same people. I'm sorry. I was pretty absent for most of December. But we're back. Here we go. So I want to thank Rev, Sean, Norm P, and Annie with the $1. I want to thank Carlos and Wesley for the $2. I want to thank Azur for the $3. I want to thank John Barnett and Maz for the $5. I want to thank Sean Thomason, Connor Salverwald, and ENIAC for the $10. And you guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate just being on part of Patreon at all. And then also, I want to thank again some of the same names: Maz, Louisa, and ENIAC for all being subbed for 10 months. You're getting really close to that War Greymon badge on YouTube. That's fucking awesome. I want to thank John Barnett, Raptax, Electric Narwhal, and Michael Smith for the 9 months. You guys just behind them. And I want to thank Mayo and Donut Zavi for the 6 months. You guys just earned your Metal Greymon badge in the comments. That's dope. But yeah, thank you guys. As a reminder, anyone who's part of the Patreon or YouTube stuff gets access to early videos. I haven't really explained as much of them for a while, but because I just recorded like 14, I'll go over them. So right now there's one Metal Gear Solid part. I think there's a total of 6 Yu-Gi-Oh parts that haven't been released yet. We got one Digimon. That'll be out on Friday, though. And then we have Paper Mario. We've got Ori and the Blind Forest. We've got the Borderlands 3 with the fucking boys. Yeah, that's out. Or not out yet, but that's going to be out, and you can get a sneak peek right now. And we've got Cat Quest 2. We've got 6 more Pikmin videos. I have to look up to remember what I recorded. But yeah, we got those, and always more videos being added and stuff like that. I coasted because I recorded a bunch and I was coasting for a while. I'm trying to get back on it, recording more. So, yeah, just small perk. Also, look at this. I got this for my birthday. But yeah. Thanks, guys. That's it. There's an update with the Platinum Project 2020. Win a $25 Amazon gift card. If you want to know how to do that, watch the video. It's like 4 minutes long. I think you can handle it. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, and see you next month.